Hey, what's going on, y'all? So, I kind of wanted to help you guys out. If you got a gaming laptop, you know yours gets hot as hell. So, I figured out two situations. I'm going to make this video sweet. Video fast and sweet. Right now, I'm using Windows 11. One of the things you could do, what I figured out really quick, is you just go into your power setting, and then it's grayed out here because I have a preset power mode. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you why it's not here. But there's an option. You can set this to balance or performance. If you set this to balance and play video games, it's going to run in the 60s. It's going to run super cool, but you're going to lose frame rates because you're using less power. So there's another solution. So what you want to do is you want to go into your control panel. You want to go into your control panel and you want to go into power options right here. Okay. Now I have a custom custom plan that I made, which is easy. You just go in here, you create a power plan, you make it performance. So you go in here and then you go here to advanced power settings, right? And you go into the process power management, and you have two tabs. You got the minimum and you got the maximum. Now, what you want to do is you want to set both of these to 99, right? Or you could set them to 100, depending on. So I'll show, because I have a program. So you could set these to 99. So what this is going to do when you set this to 99, it's not going to let your processor run at 100%. So it can also help prevent heating. Sometimes this isn't enough. Sometimes this just isn't enough, right? So another thing that I found out recently is there's a program. I'm going to set this to 100%. So there's a program called Throttle Stop. And what Throttle Stop does, it does probably some other stuff that I'm unaware of. But what I basically use it for is this right here. Your processor has a turbo mode that's on, I guess by default. And I'll show you how it works. Okay, let's see. Okay. So right now my turbo is disabled, right? I have it disabled. So I'm running at 2.58 gigahertz. This is a 2.6 gigahertz processor, right? So this is exactly where this processor is. But turbo mode is enabled. Watch what happens to this number right here. When I put back the turbo that was on here. Watch what happens to this number. Boom. It jumps to 390. So it's like an overclock pretty much. So what's happening is your CPU is working harder. This number is higher than that number. This CPU is rated at 2.60 gigahertz. And you can see it's being overclocked. So you're running with a CPU that's overclocked while you're playing that game. And that's why it's getting hot as hell. I'm going to show you how this works. Now, now you can see my temperatures. If you look on the left corner of the screen, you see where it says CPU, you see how it says 90? This is normally where your temperatures run. Okay, now if your temperatures are running in that temperature and you're playing a game for hours, you're just destroying that hardware. And the fans are screaming. Okay, the more the fans work, the quicker they go out. And look at that temperature. You're going to end up losing frame rates anyway because you're going to throttle. So what I'm going to do, if I can, here we go. So what now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disable that turbo that's on the CPU from factory, and it's gonna drop back down to the 2.6 gigahertz or 2.58, and watch the temperature in the game instantly. Okay, see that? Drop back down to 2.58. Now look at the game. Now I'm in the 70. Now I'm in 71, right? And remember, I went to 100% on the processor because I dropped the turbo. So I took off the turbo. So all in all, what you want to do is I'll leave a link in the description to this program right here. Basically, to be honest with you, you can run it in you can set up your own power plan. YouTube a video on that. They'll go into more detail about it. But like this program here is gonna stop your system from running so fucking hot. It's gonna turn off that turbo and then you just save it. And I'm gonna leave a link in the description box to show you guys. So this is the website. This is what it's gonna look like, and this is the program here. And make sure you download the stable version. I haven't tried beta, but like with beta, there's always issues usually. Sometimes they work with no problems, but download this version. So listen, this is going to save you a lot of time. There's a lot of videos out there of, how to lower your CPU temperature. Trust me, I've watched all of them. And none of them worked except this throttle stop. This throttle stop will fucking make your game run. Depending on the game, it can make it run between 30 degrees and 20 degrees cooler. So definitely give this a try. And with that, I am out.